Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I think we take a look at the daily chart first. Only a quick one because the daily chart was discussed yesterday, I think in all videos, but I typically want to do it once a day. So let's start with that. Before we start with the microstructures here generally, or taking a look at the patterns, quick reminder that either late today or tomorrow, I am going to send out our newsletter. Our MCO weekly newsletter. If you want to register, receive it. There are typically market updates in there, some nice stuff to read for the weekend. You can register for free. The link is in the video description, or you go to our website and then you can just register there for the newsletter. But the link in the description takes you there, and then you'll get something nice to read for the weekend. Okay, let's take a look here at the daily chart. Here, still both scenarios possible, both not blue. I don't know why I'm saying blue, white and yellow. Probably no caffeine yet, not enough at least. The scenarios are both still allowing for a little bit further upside. Specifically, the yellow scenario could reach the 66 to 67k region. Here on the daily chart, the 67.3k level seems relevant. It's the 100% extension level of the initial rally to the upside, and could be sort of the next 100% extension target for the next leg to the upside. Waves W and Y seem to be together here. Okay, they typically relate somehow, and the Y wave of this yellow scenario often has the same length as the wave W. So the 100% extension target, which is basically that, okay, it's the same length, points to 67,300. Now, that being said, on the smaller time frame, and we're watching the microstructures every single day, we can identify some resistances, before that, obviously, okay? So just below that. So we take a look at that on the 1 hour chart. But here on the daily, it's 67.3k. But we don't only want to trust the daily chart, which is also why we are watching the microstructures every single day. That's the scenario where the price could face a rejection. We don't know that yet, so we want to let the price get there first, and we have to be on high alert, not bearish, but we have to be on high alert in this area for a possible 5-wave move to the downside, which could send the price into the lower region before we then rally higher. Okay. Then the white scenario is the more directly bullish one, where we have a wave 1, a wave 2. The third wave might even go a little bit higher, possibly 73.8k. Then we can get a wave 4 and 5. When we get these 5 waves, then for the next pullback, we can add a support area. We can expect it to hold a higher low, and that would be an amazing setup for a rally to 90 to 100k. Yesterday, someone mentioned in the comments that I talk too often about bearish scenarios. I don't actually know what's meant by that, because a lot of people tell me I should talk more about the bearish ones, because these are pretty much both bullish ones. Okay, so it's important to understand that there is no bearish scenario here. Not at the moment. Okay, so we had obviously in that week here, end of August, early September, there were bearish setups. They did play out, but then the last one, I think there was one down here, got invalidated, and the market told us that it's likely going to go up. Okay, so there was a shift, and since then we've been focusing here on higher. The support area provided support. That was also a possible long trade setup on the daily chart, where I highlighted to you the price could find support here in the white scenario. So I'm not entirely sure what's meant by bearish scenarios. I mean, the most direct bearish, or the risk, okay, is that the price gets rejected here, and we will see a dip into the mid 40k region. Now, you might call that bearish. This is still a scenario that allows another rally to all-time highs, and would be a scenario that might offer a great entry if there is a signal down here. That's very important. We need a signal down here that the market turns direction to the upside. But at the moment, the momentum is up, okay? And for the last 1 or 2 weeks, we've been talking only about, probably last week or so, we've been only talking about rising prices due to the structures we've seen on the smaller time frames. So I think, it is actually quite bullish. I'm not sure. All I'm saying is, and that's not bearish, all I'm saying is we have to be on the side of caution here, because these structures are all corrective, which means they will likely change, which means we just have to be careful, cautious. Cautious isn't bearish, okay? So that's very important to understand, that cautious doesn't mean bearish. So for example, being cautious and being a bit more focused on risk management, which you should be anyway, but maybe trading a little bit smaller or just being more careful. I don't know, what that means for you. That depends on your lifestyle, trading style. But it just means being cautious, being aware that the market could easily change direction. That's not the same as being bearish or being short, okay? That's a great difference. So now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. And here you can see why I highlighted to you that we're rather looking for higher prices, at least in the short term. It's because the initial rally from the 6th of September low to the 13th of September high was a 5-wave move, as we said, okay? Then we had a pullback. And from here, we were watching for higher prices, okay? And then we had, again, another support area here, which the price only touched. So it didn't go deep into it, but touched it only. But that was another possible long trade setup. Now, again, I can't tell you to take this trade or not, because I don't know your risk profile, I don't know your trading style, I don't know what's right for you, but the levels typically indicate when reward and risk are in a favorable situation, okay, and relationship. And there was that situation here on the 16th of September. And then we rallied further, which I call wave 1 of that larger C wave to the upside here, which can take us towards 67K, as I said, on the daily chart. And then we had another pullback, and then the breakout above the trend channel was another signal, and there was even another retest. So there were a few, setups. I think it even hit the support area here as well. So there were a few bullish setups. Yeah, and therefore, they could be taken, of course, right? So there were plenty of opportunities to get a position, but as I said, they're not like high confidence scenarios because of the messy structures. And you see it. I mean, the market seemingly seems to struggle to move higher. You see it, all these pullbacks. The sellers are selling into the rally, and the bulls, while they seem to be winning at the moment, they are not clearly winning. So, and you see the sentiment when you just look at the altcoin charts. I mean, they struggle, right? And that's just typical for the sentiment in the current let's say cycle, really, yeah, where the altcoins haven't really been that great, and that's just all, they're all just signals to be on the side of caution. But overall, here on the micro level, not much changed since yesterday. The support region is unchanged. That doesn't mean we test support. In fact, as I told you yesterday, the B wave could have bottomed here already, and we might move higher more directly. But 64,800 is the next upside fib level to watch. That's the first ideal target for white wave 3. There are other wave counts that could apply here. I could even say maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something, but I don't like the look of this. So yeah, it's also, I'm not labeling this because there are just too many options. This could, for example, be wave C, could be another ending diagonal, wave 1, wave 2, A, B, and we go higher. So I'd rather prefer to say, okay, as long as we're holding that red line, which is unchanged from yesterday, at around 61,930, the focus can be on directly higher. Any break into that support zone could mean it's a reset of this B wave. Okay, so but even then, we could still watch for support here. Below 60,219, it might indicate that a larger, more substantial top has formed. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.